Hey everybody, welcome back to H&S Collectibles. This is Cody, and I just wanted to say happy birthday to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold's one of my heroes ever since I was a kid. Loved all of his movies, and grew up watching him, and still will watch anything that he's in. If they ended up making Terminator Part 10, I would go see it. So I wanted to show my Arnold collection. I've shown a lot of these before in my NECA collection video, but this is everything Arnold in one place. I've left out the T1000s or the Predator figures and focused on just the figures of him or the endoskeleton. And I've also left out, regular Blu-rays and stuff that everybody might have, and just focused on the few steelbooks that I have of his movies and some vinyls. So this is the overall view. I'm going to move the camera in a little bit closer, and then we'll take a look at stuff. So the first item that I thought I would show is this Terminator endoskeleton skull. This was a Loot Crate item that my wife actually got for me on, I believe, our 15th anniversary. I think it's 1/2 scale, something like that. But pretty cool. Then I just stained this little base with a dowel to put him on. The other item from Loot Crate at the time that she also got me was one of these Terminator CPU keychains. And I do carry the keychain that she got with me on my keys. All the paint's rubbed off, but I bought this one extra because I thought I might eventually set it up in display with my Terminator arm, and have not got around to doing that yet. So yeah, Loot Crate head is the first item. And then, just to get them done and out of the way so they're not so distracting, the NECA body knockers from Terminator Genesis, just little solar powered body knockers. I've also got a Godzilla body knocker, that Dave Maggot has talked about in the past, in the background dancing on my videos. These are cute. These are fun. I picked the Godzilla up on vacation. My wife got me these. I can't remember if it was for a birthday or Father's Day. But yeah, she knows what I like. She thought I needed them in my collection. So they're usually in the hallway on the Arnold shelf dancing. While we're on Genesis, the next one up is the NECA Pops figure. So this is actually my son's. I've never shown it in the NECA collection before because it's in there on his shelf. I'll probably eventually pick one of these up if I see it around, but for now it's in his collection. I think it looks pretty good. It captures Arnold well from Genesis and how he looked as the older Terminator. I like that. A lot of people hated Genesis, but I like it well enough. Next up, this is actually out of my son's collection as well, but this is the McFarlane figures, or McFarlane Toys Movie Maniacs Terminator figure. I forget what series it is, maybe series 2 or series 3. But he's got his 45, he's got his grenade launcher that opens, he's got his grenade belt. The face is what I don't like on this. His face was not that damaged in the movie. I was always convinced that McFarlane must have got the rights to Terminator 2, but not the rights to Arnold's likeness, is why they went with a sculpt like that. This used to be in my collection, and I gave it to my son. And I have one other one that's still in the box, and that is one of the prizes I'm giving away, my 500 subs contest. So if you haven't checked that out, go over and check it out because it ends very soon. Okay, next up, while we're on Terminator, and we'll just keep it going because there's so many of them. A little mini Terminator skeleton. I think this is from around the time of Genesis, when a lot of smaller toys came out. I don't really know. Found this for $1 in a grab box at the toy store, loose, not on the card. So yeah, for the size of it, just kind of fun. Keep him in front of the other endoskeletons like he's the baby. And then while we're talking about McFarlane Movie Maniac figures a moment ago, this is the Movie Maniac's endoskeleton. It came with a little pile of skulls that you could, maybe pose him as if he's stepping on like the beginning of the movie. Kind of hard to get him to stand that way, but it looks pretty good. The hoses and stuff going up to his head are flexible. The gun is not really anything special, but his arms move. The cylinders move in and out with his arm movement. So it's pretty decent. I do like the NECA better, which I'll go ahead and show now because he's right up here. The NECA just has a better paint job. If I can keep him from falling over. There we go. There they are side by side. I like the NECA has more black inside the body, which just gives him a little bit more depth, a little bit more detail. And then his blaster gun looks better than the McFarlane version as well. Then, as most of these are Terminator figures, here is Terminator 1. This is the Tech Noir Terminator. I don't think mine is an original. It's definitely not an original that came in a clamshell. I have the first run of when it was an Ultimate figure. And they've recently re-released them, so you can get them for pretty fair price. In fact, if you go over to my buddy John's channel, Project Ellsworth, I'll have a link below. He recently did an unboxing of this figure and went through all the pieces with you. Did a real good job. I have a video on it. It's one of the first videos I did, so it's way back in my library if you care to go look at it. But I really like this figure. I think this was, well, might have been the first NECA Terminator figure that I did pick up. And then while we're on Terminator 1, this is the Police Station Assault NECA Terminator. He comes with the big guns, the banana clips taped together like in the movie, the shotgun, and his hair is a little bit different than the Tech Noir one after it was burned off. Really like this one too. This one is not currently in production, so if you can locate him, he's rather expensive. Hopefully this is one that they reissue though and people can get a hold of, because he is an awesome looking figure. Now moving up to Terminator 2, this is one that I love and hate. I don't really care for the head that comes with it. It almost looks a little bit like like he's had his eyebrows done or he's wearing some kind of makeup. But I love the minigun. So this was available, I think, back in the clamshell packaging as the Cyberdyne Attack Terminator. This is the ultimate T2 Arnold that you get, and he's got his grenade launcher, he's got his grenade belt, he's got the minigun with the bag. The only thing I will say is I don't adjust him much or take the minigun in and out of his hands because the minigun is pretty delicate on the back end with the handle where the trigger is. So I just generally leave him posed like this full time. Okay, more Terminator 2. So this is the Galleria or Pescadero, or no, not Pescadero, that's the asylum. This is the Galleria Terminator, where he took some shots in the hallway from the T-1000, and he came with a box, the rose box they hid the shotgun in. It'd be nice if he came with some little roses to put in the box too, but it was just the box. And if you're patient enough, you can pose him so it looks like he's pulling the shotgun out of the box. I did have him like that one time, and then he fell over, and I never did fix him again. But you can do that, and it is kind of cool looking when you have it right. Next up, the NECA Man or Machine figure. Not much posability to him. His legs don't move, his feet don't move. It's just him standing there in the scene where he cut the skin off of his arm to prove what he was. but pretty decent in the face. A little bit, oops, sorry, a little bit dead looking in the eyes, but overall pretty decent. And then my favorite Terminator 2 figure that I have is the Steel Mill Showdown. I forget what it was called. I think it was just called the Steel Mill Terminator, um, battle damaged version. He comes with this head, which I think is also almost identical to a head that the Ultimate T2 comes with, and it looks good. Um, but I've got him, with the more heavily damaged head, and just really like how that looks. I think they did a real good job detailing that. I love the ripped off arm, and you can move the cables and wires and stuff around. Um, yeah, I'd looked for this one for a while and found it at a table in a con, still in the package, and was able to make what I thought was a pretty good deal at the time for it. I got it about $10 cheaper than what the going price on eBay seemed to be. Now, moving up to Terminator 3, this is the Terminator from the veterinary hospital escape. He's got his, I don't think it was a grenade launcher because I don't remember her exploding. But the shotgun with the strap, they paid particular detail to that. His jacket looks good. Pretty good sculpt on the face. So, and he does come, oops, dropped his shotgun. He does come with this rubble base, which does help him stand up. This one is a little bit troublesome at times. And on Terminator 3, this is the Terminator 3 Final Battle diorama that McFarlane Toys put out. Interestingly enough, my video dedicated to this and unboxing it is my second most watched YouTube video. I don't know why. This one was, such a hit compared to others, but it just keeps getting views. There is a button back here to turn it on and off. It does light up, but the batteries that I got in it, it was an older figure. The batteries came in it was corroded. I really wish that when they ship these things, they would just leave the batteries out and let you put them in, because if you're buying a figure that's 10 or 12 years old, then it can really end up biting you. The Terminatrix that's on it comes with a few different accessories. You can switch her out for her saw blade hand. I just keep them in the back there. Her damaged gun hand, and a different chest plate. So whenever you do light it up, this LED back here lights up so that you have a glow behind the crashed chopper. Is really the only lighting effect. And then there's different pegs here and there so that you can pose them in different ways. I just keep them like this. This is about what was on the box. As far as the Arnold figure, I do really like how this one looks too. Again, this is McFarlane versus NECA, but McFarlane did one heck of a job here, especially on the arms and the gore and the gristle, because he was pretty damaged by the end of that movie. I guess that was the first time that I can remember that they used digital effects on him, and not just the things like the Terminatrix or the T-1000. And while we're on Terminator 3, this is my favorite probably of the Terminator 3 figures. This is the cemetery escape. So remember when he busted through the wall carrying the casket that John Connor was hiding in? I just really like that. I think it's a lot of fun. The casket does come off of his shoulder. And sorry for all this one-handed action. I'm actually holding the microphone in my other till I get a stand. But you can open the casket up and it's full of weapons. Some of them are loose. Rocket launchers, machine guns, what have you, so that you can pose him different ways. But I just keep them all in there. And yeah, there's a, if I can get it in there, a peg where it fits into his arm. So yeah, that is just too cool looking and recreates one of the best scenes of that movie, my opinion. And then finally, a non-Terminator figure. This is the Jungle Dutch Predator figure by NECA. He's a lot of fun, I think. He looks really good in the face. Even got the little bit of blood there on his mouth, where he, probably after he fell out of the tree. And he just comes with lots of nice little accessories. His little grenade that he made out of the leaf. Got his torch there. Got his bow hanging on the back. All of his different arrows. The spear with the knife on the end of it. He also comes with the spear that has the grenade on the end of it, but I have that in a box because you can only put so many things in his quiver, and he can only hold so many items, and I wanted to keep him holding the spear and the torch. And then finally, as far as figures go, the last one, this is one that I looked for a long time, never could find it at a decent price, and finally snagged one off Amazon for a real good price, but it's the Commando Ultimate John Matrix. And he comes with a lot of stuff. I keep him posed with, the 4-barrel rocket launcher, which was so much fun. He's got his paint on. He's got a Desert Eagle that comes out of the holster. He's got several knives that come in and out. One on his chest there. And the machine guns are, accurate to what he carried in the movie. There's also a bigger one that I left on the shelf in the living room. But yeah, this is a favorite figure of mine. The grenades there on his chest are loose. Looks really good, a lot of fun, and it's got that, simulated launching rocket effect, and comes with a extra rocket that I just kind of keep at his feet. And then getting into the other items, this is just a soundtrack CD that I've had forever. Great music from the films of Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a Varice Sarabande release. I don't know if I ever said that right, Sarabande. But it's got a little bit of everything. It's kind of a good sampler. Terminator 2, Conan, Total Recall, The Running Man, even Kindergarten Cop and Raw Deal are on here. So if you can grab that, that's a good one to get. Getting into steelbooks, this is the Terminator Genesis steelbook. Picked it up at Walmart for just $8 on sale. I think it had been 15 or 20. I don't know if this was a Walmart exclusive or anything like that, but I like the cover art, and at the time did not own a copy of this yet, just had a DVD rip. So yeah, this is a good one. The other Terminator steelbook I have is the Terminator Dark Fate. This was a Best Buy exclusive that came out a few months ago. It looks really good whenever it's completely opened up, because it's the two halves of the Terminator coming together. I like this one too. It got a lot of hate as well, but I thought it was alright. Thought it was fun. And then a recent pickup for me, this is the Running Man steelbook I got from Zavi recently. Just really like the cover art on that. At the time, I did not have a region-free player. This is a Region B release, but now I can play region-free. And what I liked best about it, I didn't even know when I ordered it. It came with a Running Man pin, which I thought was cool. And it's got a lot of postcards and pictures in it. I think I showed that in a haul video a little while back. But yeah, Running Man steelbook. I actually had to raise the camera up a little bit for these, but now my vinyls. I've got a separate video for these vinyls, so go check those out. I'm not going to try to get them out, but the Terminator is a colored vinyl. Just the original score, 2-record expanded version. It does have, I think, a little bit more music than what I had on my CD of it, which I don't have anymore. I sold a little while back. The Running Man, this is not a colored vinyl, but it is an original release. Picked it up on eBay. Ooh, it was something like 13 years ago. And just love it. I love really any music by Harold Faltermeyer, who did The Running Man, Beverly Hills Cop, Tango and Cash, Top Gun, Cuffs. He's got a lot of great things to his credit. I'd love to be able to get Beverly Hills Cop 1 and maybe even Part 2 on vinyl sometime, but I have not seen them available. Haven't really looked either, but those would be good ones. And then finally, Predator. This was an FYE exclusive. This is Predator Blood Green. There's a few different variants of it. And this is expanded a little bit too over the CD version, as far as I could tell, or at least the CD version that I had. And then finally, the big item that I had to back the camera up for, again, is my Terminator arm. This came out, year or two ago, maybe a year and a half ago, as a special 4K release of Terminator 2. The arm's plastic. I've got a video on this as well where I get you a little bit closer look. I don't know how great it looks, but if you want to check that out, you can go back through my videos or go over and see Euphoria Pictures. He's got a good video of it as well, and I'll have a link to that below. So that's the whole Arnold collection. So happy birthday to Arnold. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll talk to you later.